Hi everyone, welcome back to ITOM batch 3 day 37. How are you doing guys today?
You're doing good, Ajay.
Good to hear. Thank you. Okay, so let's proceed. And before proceeding again, is there any questions from the last topic which we have covered till now?
That is fine, Ajay.
Okay, fine. Okay, then let's go. I think let me share my screen quickly. Let me know once my screen is visible to you guys.
Yes.
So yesterday, while we are discussing about how what are the ways, or what we can pass in the node, so the correct CI should map automatically, right? So anyone remember I just mentioned the 4 attribute, using that current CI can be passed, or the correct CI can be tagged to the tagged on the alert, basically on in configuration item field. There are 4 fields. Based on that we can do that.
Yeah, you're already showing, right? Source node.
The 4 fields to passing the node as a value to map the correct configuration item on alert. Guys, that will not work, but yeah, let me tell you again. The 4 fields are which can passed as a node, and that can be mapped to a correct configuration item. That is the node. Node means the host name of the configuration item or the CI, IP address, MAC address, and FQDN, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to I'm going to be passed as a IP address first. If you see node value as a IP address here, I'm going to generate an event here, and once I generate an event, it's automatically create an alert, and alert should have the correct configuration item, right? So once that is done, let me see, it's ready. Now you can see the alert is processed. Here if you see, node is IP address. Node will be resolved by the CI ID found by IP address. Okay, so basically here the node, which node is coming as a IP address found on the alert as a configuration item or the correct configuration item, that yesterday we are discussing, right? So let's open the alert first. Okay, see, this is my node which I passed as an IP address, but configuration item, that is this, and this is the configuration item. If I just quickly showcase you, this is my Windows Server configuration item, right? And if I just click to the view form, and meanwhile form is opening, you can see here as well that this icon, this icon also showcasing us that there is some incident or any alert is running on it, right? I'm not able to click it. Somehow I'm not able to click, but this particular icon is showcasing that CI have an alert and incident is running on it, basically. Somehow I'm not sure why I'm not able to click, but this is just something for that only, not sure. But yeah, this is the basically CI which I was just talking about or discussing about, and that I discovered yesterday while I'm not able to find out the correct IP, right? So find out the correct IP and discovered it, and now you are able to see this one that has been the correct IP based on this one, right? So IP address, you can see it here as well, 198.51.10.7.77, which we passed as a node value, and that CI has been mapped. And the same thing as I mentioned, that can be possible If I go back, load sample, lab VMware to this. If I pass the MAC address, right? So see if node value as a MAC address. If I generate alert. Now, if you see, let's complete this one as well. Again, if I open this alert for the quick, see this alert is also created. But if you see here, a node is MAC address, node will be resolved by the CID this found by MAC address, right? So node find based on the MAC address. So the four fields which I just mentioned to you that are node means host name, then V is required IP address, MAC address, or fully qualified domain name of the CI. If that is there, that means if these particular four values I am passing as a node, I can map to the correct CI basically. This is the out of the box behavior, right? But apart from that, if you're passing something different, then you can also do that, right? See, when I click on this one, you can see the two alerts is running, which is just created now, 181 or 182, right? So this sign which is showcasing this particular information here on that dependency map as well. And you can see one parent alert is automatically created, which is a group alert, automated group alert, right? If I just click here, you can see this is group alert, critical severity errors, printer spooler, group alert is automatically created here. And these two alerts will be the child now, but we'll discuss later on this one, how this particular things will be happening, right? So that is one thing. Now let's move to the next thing, which is how the how you can write the event rule, or how you can assess the event rule for a particular you know event basically, right? So I'm just going to be create again the simulation alert event generator, load sample. Sorry guys, but why I'm going to use this particular different type of scenarios, because that will be useful. If you understand the scenarios, then it will help to create the event to alert transformation in a good way. Yeah, someone raise hand. Yes, please.
Yeah, Jay. So as we have seen that node IP address, MAC address, and FQDN, okay, that are defined out of box to identify
Yes.
which server is impacted or which CI is impacted. But what about
Yes.
those, like if suppose we are having multiple parameters which are monitored by SolarWinds or ESCOM, like suppose CPU utilization, memory, or server altogether outage. These all things are
Hmm.
also we can define, or how we are monitoring.
Abhishek, you are not following me. Sorry. But you know what I am trying to say here? That's are the part of the event always. Right.
Mhm.
Now let me showcase you in the different way. One moment. Event bind alert lab. So I'm not sure where you are lagging, but you are lagging somewhere. See, this is one of the alert, one of the event, right? That PS script is the source. That can be SolarWinds, that can be ESCOM, that can be anything. Okay, on which the alert has been event has been generated. That is the node basically. So in the node, as I mentioned, we can pass the four values as a out of the box things, which is IP address, FQD, and other things, right? Type, as we discussed, right? What type of things we are monitoring here? Like CPU utilization, we are monitoring. It just as and demo here coming, but it can be CPU utilization we are monitoring. It can be we are monitoring disk utilization, or the a transaction failure, or the on off of the server, right? Then resource, if we are monitoring CPU example, so what CPU we are monitoring, it can be possible one machine have the 4 or 5 CPUs that happening, right? When we are asking for our mid server, we are also asking two multi-core CPU basically. So two CPUs will be there with the multi-cores, right? So two CPUs. So which CPU we are monitoring here? Resource that will be there, right? Then source instance. If we have multiple source, right? Which we for SolarWinds, like as I mentioned, SolarWinds they are using, but different LOB or different team using their different solar winds, right? Like ServiceNow instances, if you see, and if you observe, couple of organization having, if a same organizations but domain are alag, domains are different basically, so they are using the different ServiceNow instances. But why we require two different instances? We can use the one instance and use the domain separation. The same way we can use one service SolarWinds instance, but no, they're using the different SolarWinds instances on the different IPs, right? So that is coming here. Message key is coming here to identify or duplicate, deduplicate the things. Whatever you are seeing, metric name is there. Severity we are getting minor, major, critical. Resolution state we are coming. Here we are coming in the description. Like if it is CPU utilization alert, so that we will get the CPU utilization is more, the warning threshold is 95, more the warning threshold is 85% for something, right? Like that we are getting additional information is getting. If we need some more informations from there which customer is requested, I need that information on alert, right? So might be customer is saying I need to populate the assignment group from here itself. So I will ask, sir, please send that information in additional information. If he need to put some, any other different informations on the alert, and that should be passed on the incident. So they can share with this in this particular field and we can map it, right? Then CI type, CI identifier, and this is something different, right? So these values is coming. I hope you are asking for that particular thing.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. So the type which you are saying, like whatever things we are monitoring, like CPU utilization, memory usage, or something like that, these will be automatically mapped, or again we have to
No, no,
configure something like.
no, that from our side on event management side, we no need to do anything. That
Okay.
should be coming from the source. So this value which you are able to see here,
Hmm.
everything coming from the source, everything. If
Okay.
any, everything is not, anything is not coming, so that we are not responsible. Then only the thing is we can reach out to the team. We can ask, sir, this value is not coming. Can you help me to describe more little bit on it, or can you pass that value to us?
Okay, why I'm asking this question, Ajay, because from SolarWinds or Ascom team, they are clearly mentioning that we don't want to generate incident for each and every alert or event. We want to suppress some of the events. So that is why I'm asking, like, is there any mechanism to suppress the type of event which should not raise incident? That is the
Yeah,
reason.
that's how next things immediately. Basically, what will happen, you know, that's why I'm saying always we have to be understand the basically what I'm trying to say, that we have to be understand or analyze the events, how or what type of events, what type of severity we are coming, right? And then we have to be sit whenever your SolarWinds or Escom team is saying we want to suppress the event, who will give the informations to us? That the team only. Now they want to suppress the event. So what will be your question, sir? Tell me the identifier. This is the event data. I have it. These are the 5 attribute I am getting here. Tell me which event you want to suppress. If the type is something this, if the metric name is something this, if resource is something this, or if the severity is something this, right? Means if they don't want to create event for minor or warning type of severity, so you can go and you can configure this particular condition there on event rule, and that will not triggered, right? That one suppression. If they say no, minor or this is also good, but I don't want to create for XYZ type of event to an alert, you can also do that. Just this is just a filter conditions which we need to add here while we are writing event rule, and this is the only topic today which we are going on.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Ajay, got it.
Okay, so what I did here again, created one more event from this particular source. This is that node which we are getting. Node, now see the node coming value as a host name of the CI, right? And this is processed. But if you see, node will be resolved by the CI ID found by node name. So whenever anything you are changing, any information is happening, that you can also see the processing node what value it is, taken by. Even CI type is empty, right? No related CI find for binding alert. Alert CI will be found to node this particular one where it's bound. But and bound to this particular CI. So this particular sys ID which you are getting here, this is the configuration item sys ID. Now, but as you may ask me, how we can control. So as of now, if you see, no event rule applied, this is this. Why? Because as of now, the everything which happening here, we is out of the box. We have not configured based on the requirements, right? So that we are trying to do here. So what I did here, I just generated an event. You can see that's the thing. We can see this service operation because the CI belongs to survey project, might be that impacting to the complete application as a minor alert, right? And we can see the impact path as well, right? So if I go to service operation workspace quickly, see the same value which we have the on alert or sorry event, that should be passed here as well, right? And you can see which applications are impacted. Application service and service project, both two applications are impacted here. Means the services are impacted here. One is mapped application service, which is application or automated service maps, and what is dynamic CI grouping basically, right? So that's impacted here. If I go here, if I go here, if I open the survey project just to showcase you. See, so because the one CI which we use is this one, that we just created the alert, and this is connected to this minor IS7, and this is connected to that. And if it is if this CI is impacted, what this architecture or what this logical representation is showcasing us, if this is impacted, the complete CI is impacted, because it's a Windows server, everything is running on this Windows server, means that IS7 is also running on this Windows server, and this MSFT SQL Server instance is also running on it, right? If this impacted, these two impacted, and these two impacted, automatically my main mapped application service, which is survey project, is impacted, right? So here we can see this one impact path, right? So if impact path, if I go here, it's showcasing based on that particular alert. Priority group is low, severity is minor, impacted service is 2, everything is available there, right? So that we can do. If now we can trigger the critical alert on the same IP, what will happen, right? So let's do one thing. Let me go here and generate a event again. Load sample. Okay. 3.1. This. Okay, let me do this. Now this time we are passing IP address as a node value and generating, right? So let's generate this one. Because earlier one is minor, this time we have created a critical alert and based on the IP address, but end of the day that are the same CI, right? So if you 6, that's also mapped with the D6 found by IP address, and there is no rule applied, right? If I go to alert here, why if I just quickly open the alert 185, it's generated the new alert now. Okay, and it's mapped with the same CI. But if I go to this one, this map is impacted now critical, because one critical alerts is also generated on that one, right? and that's impacting now as a critical things. Okay, so whenever it depends what severity we are passing, and based on the severity, impact calculation will be happening for each service, and that based on that, that particular things will be visualized here. Now what we can do, so the same thing they are mentioning, you can see the impact path. If I refresh this one, okay, if I just refresh, the path alert will be visualized, right? So see, one is critical, one is minor. Based on that, impact calculation will be happening. Okay, if I go again, now what, and there is one group alert will be automatically created, which I already showcase you, but yeah, let me showcase you again here, this one. If I open this is one of the group alert which is automatically created. Okay, and the my two bots two alerts are has been tagged as a secondary alert of it. So what is the use case, or what is the issue of, or what the thing is, if we are closing the group alert, automatically my all alert are also going to be closed, or if any alert closure we have received from the source, my group alert is also closed automatically, right? So that we are doing in as a next things. Again, we can also see these particular informations which I just mentioned to you. Now if I see, okay, one more thing here on the UI action, we have it quick incident, quick response, acknowledge, which we can utilize further to generate a quick manual incidents, right? So this is the manual thing, it's not the automated. What we can do using the alert management rule, we can write a rule and which will create a automatic event or incident as well. But if we want to do a incidents, we can use the quick incidents, couple of informations that will ask, an incident will be created on that, right? Now how the alert closer will work, that I think let's go with that as well. So if I go here, let me go back if I'm able to go. No, if I go here, let me go to the simulation, load sample. I'm just using the lab 3.1 clear event. Okay, now see, what is the difference in this one? Here this is same, IP address is the same, this everything is look same, but only the severity is clear. If we are getting severity as a clear and okay from the event monitoring source tool, that means we are closing, we are resolving that particular alert, right? So if you see, that's processed again and it's tagged with the same alert 185. So if I just open quickly 185 alert, that has been moved to closed, right? And if you see here, this is still open, only the one alert has been closed, which is the critical one 186, and now impact has been reduced to again minor, because still minor alert is open on that particular machine, right? And that's impacting my services. So these things basically work basic. If you see, that's the same thing, it's opening, right? If we can see that one alert is closed, one is open. We can see the preview of the incident is created, clear the minor alert manually, right? So we can do that as well, right? So what I'm doing, I'm just closing this minor alert manually. So then we can write the event rule now. Right, so now we are moving to write the event rule. So if I go and close this one, any questions till that? Basically, these are the different scenarios which I am just trying to showcase you. Right, so if the what happens if the lower severity alert event is received, what happened if a high severity event is received, and how that will react basically. Okay, I think that's closed automatically. Let me close these things as well so it will not create an issue. Okay, now let's move to the next thing is CI binding with event rules, right? So basically, if you able to see that that's they are also showcasing on every event we have a okay, not here, but we have a create event rule things available. And if you go to the event rule tables, you can see there are 21 recommended rules, or there 83 are unassociated rules, right? Recommended rules basically that is on automatically happening using the Gen AI. And you they are just showcasing this event, or this you know event rule is available, you can use and do that, right? Also, that is mentioned here, it's critical major minor warning okay and clear, right? So if these type of the severities which event management have out of the box, right? I already mentioned last time as well, if any severity from source monitoring system coming from in different way, like we have a critical here as a number one. But if customer have a not a critical, they are using high example, right? So how we are going to be mapped with this critical, then we are going to use the event field mapping based on the source, where we can map the source severity to the target severity, right? So source is coming high, that is going to be mapped in our side as a critical, and based on that it should be populated on alert as well. Right now, let's try to trigger one more event, which is inbound unbound event one. Let's see what this will do. So if I again go here on the simulation, load sample. Okay, unbound event one. Okay, let's generate this one. So now I think, let me refresh. Now you can correlate little bit more. You see description is coming as a memory leak on this particular machine, right? That's the same thing which we are getting, right? Type they are using just as and demo, but node is blank here. If just quickly refresh this one, there is no rule, event rule is applied, and if you see node is blank here, nothing value is there. So definitely on the alert as well, node or the configuration item value is also empty. That is one thing. So if the value is not coming, it means we cannot map to the correct CI, and that is the one of the prereg to run my event management solutions in the correct way. Okay, so here node is value, this is done, we have just showcased you. Now configure the event rule for binding. Now we are navigating to event rules first. Event rule, but if you see here, node is blank here, but somehow we are getting the node value in the description. We can also fetch this particular value. That's our understanding basically, right? If the node directly not coming here, we can also fetch the value from the description and populate the node value here on basically through the events rules, and that should be mapped to the alert automatically. So that's we are going to do here basically, right? So if you see, they ask me to go here, 7 recommended rules and this particular one, and open this one, right? So if I go here, you can see 11 recommended rules, so 156 are unassociated rules are there. If I open the recommended rules, this is the rules, right? What we have just did, we have used this one, memory leak on this. Let me open this particular one. And this is something, ServiceNow is helping to us. If we are not going to follow this particular process, we can directly come to the event rule table and create the event rule directly. Okay, that we are going to do here. Click on this one, this. Now let's go with this. Okay. So this is the event rule things which we have to be configured. So what I'm going to do, I'm just following this particular information. Memory leak server lab 3.2. Memory leak server lab 3.2. Okay. Now when you are writing a filter conditions, simple things, or writing a event rule based on that event will be processed. So make sure you are providing a unique name here, and the source which you are providing here, that should be correct. Means that should be you have copy from the source value of the event. So it should, if it is not correct, then your event will not be triggered using this particular event rule, right? Then provide the order. Order is just nothing, but if low order, that means event rule triggered first. If it is high order, that will event rule triggered later, right? Description, assignment group, if you want to populate here, you can do that as well, right? Let me go to where it is next. Okay. Yeah. So here you can put the filter conditions which you are asking Abhishek, right? So if you see here, description, if the memory lock is leak is this, type is SN demo, severity is critical, source instance is PS, classification is IT. If we are getting these particular value, only on these particular values, the event convert to an alert, not to the others, right? You can also see ignore event that match this filter. If you click on this checkbox, means if this filter is matching, automatically event are ignored to create an alert. But what we are doing here, if these condition are matched, we are creating an alert. If this condition we want to ignore it, we can click on this one, and that will, event will not created on those, or alert will not created on those particular things. So that we can control from here basically. So that's they are doing the same thing, right? And what they ask me to do this, description start with memory leak, and they ask me to remove the particular CIS. So description start with memory leak. So why they want to be modify this one? Because earlier this description, or that the description which is showing here is specific to one CI, but no, we don't want to do that for one CI. We want to do that for specific standard any CI, but the description if start with the memory leak, right? And other things is critical, PSIT, everything is looks same basically, right? Now, if I go here, as I mentioned, right, now we are going to the compose and transform output. So basically here what we are doing, we are composing the output from the source event which we are getting these particular values. If you are able to see here, these are the values which we are getting as a variable, we can map to here. Now just I already message inform you, in the description we are getting this particular value as a node. So how we can populate this one, this is the, we have the regex available, so we can write the regex. So simple, if I just open this one, okay, I can select this one. Oh, one moment, let me select this this and this particular value cap will be, oh okay, it's captured, no, okay, this node, yeah, yeah. So now if you see the value whatever is happening here, I capture using the regex in the particular in the node attribute, right? And I can use the node attribute is already here, but my start with n capital, so I can use this one here, right? Okay, let me remove this one. So I can use this one, the node value as a populate there, right? So the same thing they are doing basically, going to the standard edit mode, selecting this one, select node here, and if this select the node value is coming like this, then they can click on this, right? So I think let me see if I just did this one. Okay, yeah, that's there basically, right? So memory leak on the star, it means the value whatever comes here every time that will be captured in the node basically, right? So it can be any different type of CIS, then done, and then we have to just populate the node or let's save this particular event rule now. Now my event rule is save. Okay, then again what we are going to do, we are going to write a simulation event generator load sample lab inbound, unbound event this. Still, if you see here, the node value is blank. Oh no, I think this is something different one. Let me use the which one is they are using. Lab 3.2 unbound event one. Okay, unbound event. Lab unbound event one. Okay. See, here still node is empty, right? We have the value of the node in the description, which we have just already did with regex, right? Now generate event. So whenever we are writing an event rule or these particular things, we have to just little careful, right? Why we have to little careful? Because you know this particular mapping end of the day is going to use by this one, right? So let me open the alert, and meanwhile alert is opening. If you see specific things here, right? Node will be resolved by the CID this found by node name, means node is resolved now, but still we don't have any value on the node, right? CI type is empty, and you can see the event rule. Event rule is applied, which we have just created memory leak server lab 3.2. Okay, and alert have the CI available now. So this is the thing on, or this is the way, if any information also coming in additional information as well, we can use the regex to parse the value and populate or to add in any specific field which is available here. If you feel no, these fields are not sufficient for me, I need to another fields as well, you can do that as well. You can create another attribute on this table, or you can use this one and populate these particular fields there, and then you can, that the same value will be passing to alert, right? So whenever is alert is created here, this one, it's not passing the value from the event, always it's using the event rule based on the fields will be mapping, right? If you see the description is this now on this alert, but if I add an something here, like where is the description, yeah, here in this description, if I add as a type as well or add as a message key as well, so automatically whatever description available on my alert, that will be changed. Okay, so that things will be basically happening. So any questions in this particular one, first of all, before moving to the next things? Any questions from anyone? Is any other pupils are joined today and not get a chance to? Okay, lots of pupils are there. I hope you guys are following me. Okay, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah, Ajay.
Yeah, yeah.
No one
I'm
is.
good.
I thought. Okay, now let's do one thing again. Let's close this alert and let's go for the another things as well, right? So let's go here. Sorry, where it is? One moment. Yeah, let me go to this. What is the alert is created, and I'm just going to close this one, right? I'm not following the each and everything here, but you know why I'm not following, because this is just in the same way they are going to be replicate and showcase on how these particular things will be happening on the service operation workspace, how that is going to be impact, and end of the day they are just showcasing the impact on this particular one, right? So what they are doing, okay, service operation workspace alert notation, no, I'm not going to use this one. Then scroll to locate lab 3.2 enrich. No, I'm not doing this one. Okay. Okay, now the next thing is process an event without a node or the severity. Okay, so how we are going to be process a alert without a node and without a severity? What will happen in that case, right? So let's do that. If I go back to event simulation, I can go, yeah, all right. Let's do that. Is lab inbound email to this and this. Now you see that node value is blank, severity is blank. That can be possible, or that can be a scenario whenever you not received a severity from source monitoring system, that will not processed. So as I mentioned there, we have couple of states available here: ready, processed, ignored, or error, right? Now let's see what will happen if we don't have the node and the severity, right? Let me generate the event. Let's see. It's still showcasing ready, but yeah, now see error. Now let's open this one event. Okay, here you can see is a simple error message. Error message showcasing severity invalid value, no event rule is applied, right? Because we have not passed anything on the severity and they did not find any mapping on it, so it's not processed further. That will trigger as an error event, right? So make sure the severity should be passing. That's the same thing they are doing here. Okay, and if you see generate event and all, and see the timestamps, create now let's do or create a event rule from the event itself, right? So if you see these the particular informations we have it. Now we can create, as I mentioned, we can create the event rule from that this particular way, and now we can create the event rule from here as well. If we are creating an event rule here, the same thing, whatever the name we want to be put, I think let's copy the name from here. If what they want to be disk read error lab 3.2, this. Okay, now I'm going to use this one. The conditions they have mentioned to be used this one, modify the filter as this. Let me go here and let's modify the filter. What they are saying, description contains IO read, IO disk read. Description contains, oh okay, one moment, contains, let me copy, can I copy it from here? Yeah, and type is SN demo. And then source instance is PS. Yeah, make sure whenever you are writing the event rule, you are including the instance if that is coming, right? Otherwise, that will mess up the things if the same type of event is coming from the different source instances as well, right? So little bit be careful while if you are putting any filter condition. Right now, if you see the click filter is applied, modifies if the preset remove the status condition 3. Right, okay, now this is the conditions which we have, like IO disk read, I think that's I used. Yeah, okay, IO disk read, SN demo, PSIT, and this, right? Again, what we are going to do the description event row info. Now let's do one thing as well, right? I'm going to do the transform and compose alert. What I'm able to see, I'm able to see the description have the IP address. So I'm going to be pick this IP address as a node, right? and I can see this particular value has been converted to the star. Now done. So what I capture the node value or IP address from the description again using the regex, which we can do. And one more thing I just want to showcase you. Where is okay. Now this is done, and we have event additional info, which is 3. Under event additional info, click status. This is 3, and we can put it to the severity as well, right? So we have event additional information status is coming 3. Let put okay. Let me select this one, and we can use is this is severity, and done. Yeah, done. Okay, now what we have did, we have just captured these two fields, two informations, which is coming on additional information as a status 3. If I go back to this event, if you see, this is we are getting right status is 3. So the status now we are utilizing as a severity on the alert on the event rule basically, right? And then we are just mapping this status to the severity, and we fetch the using regex again the name from the IP from the description, right? Nothing we have to do, just observe the expressions, and then so we have just mapped these particular things. Let's map these particular things here, so we should not miss, or we can map the correct values. Severity. Now I just want to add, just to showcase you guys, description we have already getting, right? Let me add as a source. So whatever we are passing here, I'm just putting the underscore, or let me put the message key as well in the description, just to showcase you guys. So what I'm doing here, I just modified the description based on the my requirement, which I feel that should information is available in the description, right? Let's save this, and then again we have to be trigger the same. Let's go to the simulation again. Okay, load sample, lab inbound email. Yeah, this is the second one. Okay, that's generated. Still, the node is blank, the severity is none, but let's generate the event. What happened now? Let's see. Okay, that is processed now. Alert has been generated. Let's open the event as well. Okay, now you can see we have just put it the node as IP address through the event rule. CI is mapped. Okay, and severity is still blank on the event, but what we have done, we have captured the event severity from the event rule from the additional informations, right? So if you see here, binding informations node is IP address that is mapped with this, and this event rule is applied. So this event rule is applied. So based on the severity 3, they have converted to that alert as a minor, right? And the information is available. And whatever I just modified on the description through the event rule that you are able to see here. So this is the description actual that I use the source, and that I use the basically, but I did message key here as well, right? So whatever we are modifying there, that will also replicate here through the event rule. So event rule, the funda or that logic is, whatever we want to transpose a event to an alert informations, we can control it. Whatever events we want to be processed or not processed, or filter conditions, we can control it here. And the next two things here as well, thresholds and binding, we'll discuss in the next sessions basically, but I will showcase you how the thresholds and binding will work. So binding is related to the CI, threshold is again related to the thresholds basically, right? So we'll discuss on that particular things, right? So any questions, any doubt on these particular things, how if the information is not available, how we can use these particular things there? anything?
I am clear, Ajay.
Okay. Now let's do one more, lab unbound events 3. Let's do this one as well and then see. So event generator. Okay, load sample. What they are doing, they are asked to do until lab inbound event 3. If, oh shit, load generate lab inbound email 3. Okay. I'm doing again now. Node is also missing, severity is missing, but now the value here is a, not instead of IP address, the value here is a host name, and additional information status, the value is number one, which is critical severity, right? Now let's generate event. Why they have just changed the value? Just to see is the same event rule capture the same information or not, right? So whenever we are writing an event rule or something, we just need to think or logic like that, that should be applicable to other events. It's not okay like every event we are writing a new event, right? A new event rule. So we just need to understand that logic as well, right? So here it's again the alert is generated. You can see a node is find by the name informations, and this the same event rule is applied. And if I go to open the alert as well, see that node name is also tagged here, right? And that these are the application which is impacted here using this particular CI. Okay, I hope you are getting this one. So that's also possible. The same event rule can be applied or can be used for multiple things. So while we are writing or configuring the event rule, we just need to be use the logic things, right? So that's the use of event rule basically. Now what I can do, they have just refreshed. Okay, return to the service project survey project map. Let's do this one as well. Let's, because why they are following to do every time. So whenever we are following the practice to understand of the service operation workspace, how the impact things will be showcasing there, you can go and check those particular things, right? So open alert automation. Let me go to the, and they are just trying to push to use the service operation workspace. Okay, let me add in this star done service operation workspace. If oh okay, if I shit, I just click on the different things. Here, I think I can directly click on the survey project. See, this is there. The events are there. We can close the events. Open the close the alerts. Let's close the alerts basically. This is one of the alert. This is one of the alerts which we have generated. And let's go and see the other alerts as well. Shit. Okay, let me open the all alerts table from here. Right, so my all alerts are closed. I think this is also closed. Yeah, things is done. So this is all about, guys, about the today's things. So how we can write a event rule and how we can proceed further. The same in the next things. Basically we are going to be discuss about the event rule thresholds, how we can configure the event rule thresholds and how it's going to be help out. And then we are going to be discuss about the, I think, CI as well in the next lab. So almost we are able to complete the event rule, and then we'll discuss about the event field mapping as well, and then we are moving to the alert management rules which help to create the incidents basically, right? Still 3-4 classes required, but you have to be a little bit active on that side, and you have, if any questions on that, you have to be asked it, right? So we are just going little slow as compared to the other classes, which I already done it, right? We are on the day 37, and till the time I'm going to become, my thing is I'm completed. I have to complete my event management and move to the service mapping thing, but no issues. I think we can extend for 1 week as well if required to do the complete the things basically, right? I don't have any challenge with that. Okay, so any questions in these particular things till now?
No, Ajay, we are good.
If you are good, then I'm also good. Let's wrap up the sessions today, and we'll connect tomorrow again on the same time. But meantime, the request is only, as I already mentioned yesterday, that schools are free and start from your side on your personal instances. That's my recommendation to you guys.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Ajay.
Yeah, sure. So till the time, thank you guys. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks, Ajay. Same to you.